is Nevada Newsmakers with host Sam Shad, a no-holds-barred political forum. Now, from the Nevada Newsmakers broadcast headquarters, here is Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we are delighted to welcome back to the program Annette Whittemore, the founder and president of the Whittemore-Peterson Institute, and her daughter Andrea, both longtime guests on this program. And what an exciting time. Your facility is just about to open on the campus of the University of Nevada, the Whittemore-Peterson Institute. How excited are you?
Well, first, I just want to thank you so much, Sam. You've been just wonderful to host us on this show and allow us to talk about some of these exciting events. So I can't tell you, it's almost unreal. It's been a long 5 years, but here it is. And so it feels like we just started yesterday. We're excited about the grand opening coming up and all of the attention that this is bringing to the whole world of chronic fatigue syndrome and those who are sick with neuroimmune diseases.
And literally, this is the world. I know whenever we've done programs from this, we have gotten people linking on the website from literally all over the world. You were essentially the reason this all came to be. With your illness and suffering for so many years, your mom just kind of took charge. What are your thoughts about what this institute can now do?
Sam, that's very kind of you. Thank you for having me on the show. Yes, this is affecting patients around the world, and this opening is just amazing. I can't believe it's actually happening. When I was driving up today, I saw the Whittemore-Peterson Institute writing on the wall for the first time and brought tears to my eyes. This is a beacon of hope for so many people.
Literally millions of people around
literally
who are suffering from one form or another of neuroimmune disease. There's going to be a clinic opening in the late fall. You're in the process, if I'm correct, of hiring a medical director. When do you think you'll be able to start offering services?
Well, that's a great question. Right now we are putting together a team of physicians, and we're very, very excited, moving as quickly as we can to get all of this together. And we just know that it's going to happen sometime this fall, and we're doing the best to make that happen as quickly as possible.
You got an amazing response, and rightly so, to the discovery of the retrovirus XMRV. Where are we with this now? And because there was some debate between various medical institutions as to whether this was reality or not, but things seem to be coming around to where people are following the research that you did and actually coming up with the same results.
Absolutely. When the replication studies are done, and they're done exactly the way that we did, they're coming up positive. We're getting very strong feedback, positive feedback from the American Association of Blood Banks, and working very, very closely with them. They're excited to move forward so that they can make sure they're protecting the blood supply. And we are, and always have been, very confident of these results, and are moving all of the science forward, including developing that next generation of diagnostic tests.
Well, and it's interesting you raise this point, because this is a very important issue, which is the people who are getting blood transplants for whatever reason. If the XMRV virus is in there, that's a way that they could actually get this disease.
Well, we think that blood transfusion is a very serious issue.
Yeah, transfusion, not
well, and actually, you know, we've worked with a company that thinks that they have the answer to this, and they've developed a technology that kills all of these organisms so that we don't have to wait and respond to each new organism and each new threat. So it'll be interesting to see if the FDA decides that it's important enough and it makes sense to use that kind of technology. We may not have to wait for the next unfortunate incident, or the finding of another new human retrovirus before we're prepared. We could be prepared right now. So,
Andrea, your thoughts on the medical community and their response to the amazing findings from the Institute last year?
It's been overwhelming, at times shocking and surprising.
In what way?
For the patients. They're not surprised that it's something so serious, but they're shocked that it hasn't been found until now, that the CDC and NIAID has been focused on other aspects of this disease. And really, there's been an outpouring of support towards the Institute and towards this research. Rarely is there a person that says anything negative. I feel that it's mostly people that are invested in their own theories, you know.
But personally, and I, would like to add to that, personally, I know that it's impacted Andrea's life, and I think that's the question
yes.
I would like to hear her say.
Absolutely.
A little bit of it.
I think I just got a co-host.
Yeah, research. I didn't know how to lead into that without, I didn't
Absolutely.
want you to miss that.
The research that the WPI has done and this discovery has allowed me to seek new treatments. And I'm not going to go into specifics today, but I will say that I am becoming significantly better through finding new treatments and new options with doctors who understand infectious diseases.
Did you ever think that this would happen prior to this discovery? I mean, and even with the discovery, did you really believe it was possible?
I always had hope, and Ampligen gave me a glimpse into that. And I always had a lot of faith in the research aspect of this. I always wished there was a place for me to go when I was diagnosed at age 12. And for me to be sitting here talking about that it's my family and it's people that I love and supported me who found this incredible biomarker is really, it's just out of this world for me. It's still hard to explain. I have people write me on Facebook and emails, and I see myself in the newspaper, and it just feels kind of odd.
But it's happening.
Yes.
Let's take a break. More with the Whittemores when we come back.
To contact Nevada Newsmakers, call 775-857-2244 or go to NevadaNewsmakers.com. This interview segment is sponsored by the Nevada Motor Transport Association. And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Annette Whittemore, the founder and president of the Whittemore-Peterson Institute, and her daughter, Andrea. It's just so exciting that you're going to have the grand opening here for the public on August 21st, and everybody's invited to attend. I wanted to talk about the unique relationship between the Institute and the university. Could you explain that a little further for us?
Well, one of the most exciting pieces of this is this whole connectivity to the university and being able to expand our research opportunities beyond our own institute and out into the university community. And with those relationships go both ways, so that we think we're bringing something to the university as well. We've already been able to write grants together. We look at it as a fabulous opportunity to bring new equipment and new expertise, and then share that with the entire medical community, including medical students.
One of the things that's been very important was the help of the entire congressional delegation in helping to provide funding. Your thoughts on that?
I'm so thankful for Senator Reid and for all of the people who were willing to help the Institute and get the funding for something so important that has been lacking federally. The CDC gets about $3 million a year to study this disease. That's just unbelievable to me when you're talking about 1 to 4 million people affected by chronic fatigue syndrome and 17 million people with neuroimmune disease.
And that's just in this country, correct?
Yes.
Worldwide, the numbers are far greater, and this research will help with all of that.
Well, and our federal delegation has really stepped up and taken that lead and provided some incredible grants for us and form of equipment. We've also gotten over $1 million in a grant that we wrote a couple of years ago that was funded to look into this disease. So we feel that we've already improved that bottom line considerably and made good use of those funds.
And of course I need to say something about Governor Gwynn. We're very saddened by the loss of him, and this wouldn't be possible without Governor Gwynn and DEMA and all of our close friends who have worked so hard to make this an important part of the state of Nevada and funding.
I wanted to talk about one of the first things that you're going to be doing, which is a scientific symposium. Who's coming and what kind of things are going to be discussed?
Well, we've got scientists coming from all over the United States. Experts from the National Cancer Institute will be joining us. We have physicians as well, and so this is really our first symposium that truly translational medicine, where we want those researchers to come in, show their results that they've gotten from patient samples to these physicians, show them the markers we believe are important, and then have the physicians give us some feedback. What do they think the best treatments are? And begin already, there's been a small pilot trial, and we've got data, biological data from those trials that we'll be discussing. And we're just going to keep moving forward in that manner, which is exactly the purpose of this institute.
By the way, this won't work for people on the radio, but for people watching on television, I want to point out that we are actually broadcasting from the Whittemore-Peterson Institute. Let's talk about drug companies. Are you seeing more involvement from the drug companies to get involved with the results that you've gotten so far?
Yes, we have, but I feel that my mom could discuss that much better.
So in answer to that, absolutely. We've had a lot of excitement. We've already spoken to several companies, and as a matter of fact, we're going to have representatives from pharmaceutical companies and major laboratories and other businesses, diagnostic companies and so forth, who are coming to take a look at the science and want to talk to us a little bit more about where they fit into this entire picture. So it's wonderful to have that.
Well, one of the things that has made me follow this is that I have personal experience with neuroimmune disease within my own family. And for so many years, Andrea, people just thought it was all in people's heads. It wasn't a real thing. How rewarding is it for you that finally the truth came out?
That's an emotional question, just because there are so many people still in other countries that do not believe in this disease, and they've lost their family. They've called me and said that they've lost their family support and they've lost their friend support. So really this, I can't tell you how big this is to go from this being an aspect of maybe this is psychological, maybe we need to exercise more, maybe we just need to talk about it. No, this has always been a very real physical illness, and there's been 4,000 papers published in the last 25 years on the physical aspects of this disease. So the people out there who have tried to say that it's psychological have ignored the science, and they cannot ignore this fact. XMRV.
Well, I think that it's so exciting, and to have traveled with you ways on this road, and to finally see going from an institute, but an institute now with a building that will do so much for the future. What are your final thoughts on this grand opening?
Well, I just want to encourage everybody, if you can't come on the 21st, to take a look. We'll hopefully be able to put up a DVD of the program that we're going to be having before that. Watch for the statements that come out of the symposium, and I just want to give everybody just a huge thank you out there for all of your support and prayers, and also to let you know that we're going to be sharing the answers with everyone as quickly as we can.
Bricks and mortar, the Whittemore-Peterson Institute. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you
to your
so
families.
much. Thank you. Thank you.
To your husband Harvey,
So
who has
exciting.
been so instrumental.
Thank you
It's a
very
pleasure.
much.
Thank you. We'll be right back on Nevada Newsmakers after this time out.
To get a DVD copy of any Nevada Newsmakers program, call 775-857-2244. The cost is $30, including shipping, handling, and tax.